Our next presenter took over the women's basketball program and has done a tremendous job with it. And just a very quick story, when he recruited our next inductee, he pulled me aside in the office one day and he said, Jay, I have a girl coming on a visit. I think she's going to be a really, really special player. I said, yeah, how good can she be? She said, well, you know, and if anybody knows Steve, Steve's a very understated, mild-mannered kind of guy. He really doesn't gush too often. And he said, Jay, I think she could be like really, really good. So, Coach Fagan, you were pretty prophetic. It's my pleasure to introduce the head women's basketball coach at Felician University to induct Katrina Plummer into the Hall of Fame, Mr. Steve Fagan.
The first thing I would like to say is to the Jeffrey family, I understand your pain and I understand clearly what you're going through, and for you to be here tonight is a tribute to your family, and you have my utmost respect for being here. I didn't know your son, but God bless you and your family. I would like to congratulate all the 2023 inductees. This is a very special honor that you all deserve because of your persistence each and every day to make yourself and the team better than the day before. Katrina, I didn't realize that Joe was our teammate at the time. I forgot. So it's pretty appropriate that we have two women's basketball players. But I want to say to the student athletes here, I'm going to speak about Katrina, but Joe was in the weight room, and every time after the women's basketball team left or before, I knew he would be here today in front of you, because every time he lifted against Caldwell, against Jefferson, against Bloomfield. He never lifted against himself. He always competed against the best player he was going to play, and to that he had my utmost respect. It's a privilege to me to be able to induct this young woman here today. It's funny because I often find myself telling my assistant coaches what we need is a Katrina Plummer. Now, since Katrina left, we've had several all-conference players. So I'd like to tell you what a Katrina Plummer is to me. An athlete who enjoys the daily grind of becoming a better student athlete. An athlete who comes every day to practice, rolls up their sleeves and just works for the entire shift. An athlete who enjoys the competition more than the competition. There was not one day that Katrina took off, not one game that she took off. Someone who always raises the ball for themselves and won't allow the body to give in to anything other than to be her best. Again, she was competing against the players that she was going to play on Tuesday and Thursday night, not just against anybody in practice. There was always a bigger picture to Katrina. Each year, Katrina improved and expanded her game. In today's day in college, with the transfer portal and with kids leaving and finding the grass is greener somewhere else, this is what Katrina did. 8 points her freshman year, 13 points her sophomore year, 14 junior year, and 18 her senior year. That's a student athlete that dedicated to her craft and dedicated to her program. The one thing, well, each year Katrina improved, like I said, but she was famous, and similar to what JR said, she was shooting the gap and stealing the ball going down for a layup. She was pump faking and pulling up for a mid-range jump shot. Those are images that I teach kids about your game. This is what describes Katrina's game each and every day. And for coaches to have images like that means you made an impact on your program, on your team. The one thing that about Katrina I will never forget is her ability to light up a room with her smile. But then on the flip side, possessing the spirit, the drive to compete against anybody. And once she stepped on that line, over the line, she knew that the game was on. And she was not leaving there until she gave it her all. And that's a tribute to who she is. I asked Katrina one thing freshman year. Make the program better than she found it. And that's exactly what she did. That is what Katrina Plummer is. So when I say to my assistants, we need a Katrina Plummer, that's who I'm looking for. One day at a time, one game at a time, and one practice at a time. Before I leave, I want to thank Mr. and Mrs. Plummer for sending Katrina to us. And not only to sending your daughter to us to play, but your overall support. They traveled everywhere, and it was never about their daughter. It was about the team and only the team. And that's hard for parents. I understand that, being a parent. And that's what they did each and every day. Ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor to induct Katrina Plummer into the Felician 2023 Hall of Fame.
Good afternoon, everybody. I might get a little nervous. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed faculty, fellow alumni, and distinguished guests, I am deeply honored and profoundly humbled to accept the incredible honor of being inducted into the Hall of Fame at Felician University. This recognition is not just a personal achievement, it is a testament to the unwavering support, invaluable education, and transformative experiences I had during my time at this esteemed institution. First, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the Athletics Hall of Fame Selection Committee for this distinguished recognition. I also want to extend my heartfelt congratulations to my fellow 23 inductees, whose contributions to the university and athletics are truly commendable. My journey at Felician University of cherished memories and life-changing moments. I recall my first visit at Felician my senior year in high school alongside my parents, and I always remember Coach Fagan would say, Katrina Plummer. He never called me by my first name, even in practice. He'll yell, Katrina Plummer, across the court. And it was always funny because I wasn't sure if I was in trouble or not. Because growing up, my dad always called me Trina. And if I was in trouble, he would say Katrina. So I wasn't sure if Coach Fagan was yelling at me or not. But Coach Fagan was always calm, and you never knew if he was mad or not. But he would give you the look like, listen, get it done. His belief in my potential, much like my father, instilled in me a newfound sense of self-confidence. Coach Fagan saw what I could not see in myself at that time, and he played a pivotal role in shaping my future on and off the court. My father, my biggest critic, often accompanied me to the games. His passion for my success was evident in his reactions to my performance on the court. You would often hear him during free throw when it was quiet. If I missed it, he'll go, oh, and shake his head. So everybody can hear him in the gym. At first, I honestly didn't know I was going to play basketball in college because I wasn't sure that I was good enough to play at that level. Early on in the beginning of my season, as a sophomore in high school, it was only about my second week of practices. And I had a tough practice with my coach in high school, Coach Petrie. And he really yelled at me that day, and it was just a bad day. And I remember coming home, crying to my dad, and I told him, Daddy, I'm quitting. I don't want to play basketball no more. I'm done. I'm over it. And my dad sat me down and said, Trina, I will always support you in whatever you want to do in life. But I didn't raise you to let someone make you quit something. You are stronger than that. Don't ever in life let nobody make you decide to let go of something. And that conversation changed my life and my career. I took that with me for the rest of my life and into my basketball career and in my following year. My dad doesn't know, but that conversation plays a part of who I am today. So again, thank you, Daddy. While my father was a stern supporter, my mom was the basketball enthusiastic, always offering a warm, good game regardless of the outcome. It's ironic because my mom was a basketball player. Both my parents played pivotal roles in my journey, providing unwavering support and acting as my yielding support system. When my career started at Felician, everyone knew who my dad was. He always made his way to try to go into the locker rooms at halftime, I swear to you. My whole career, I can probably count on two hands how many games my parents missed. I could look up and always see them in the bleachers. They would always call me days before my game and prepare for when they would come up to the games. My mom would always cook either mac and cheese, ziti, or lasagna, while my dad made chicken or ribs. I always look forward to that because any college student knows the struggle was real. That cat food was just blah, or after a while I just didn't want to eat it anymore. My parents would call me every morning of the day of my game and just double check if I needed anything else and just hop in the car and head to my games alongside with my sisters and nieces and nephews, whoever could make it. Once my game was over, they would hug me and hand me 2 big bags, and almost all my teammates would either come to my room or sit next to me on the bus to get snacks. The bus rides, you could smell the food all the way to the campus. That support was a blessing for me. It kept my career going, and when they couldn't be there, they were watching online. That support taught me to be a supporter now as a woman when it comes to my nieces and nephews who are currently college athletes at SUNY Delhi, and even checking and watching Felician games to this day. Entering Felician as a freshman was a formal and life-altering experience. It marked the beginning of my journey as a college student. And the basketball team, because it was like a second family. Pre-season training under the watchful eye of Coach Fagan was a demanding and character building experience with early morning practices that started at 6 a.m. I remember my first day of preseason, we had to be at the track for a 6 a.m. workout. We had to be at the track by 5:45, so we had to get up at 5 a.m. and meet in front of the gym at about 5:15. My first morning as a freshman, I see the 2 cars out in front of the gym, and I'm thinking to myself, where are we all gonna fit in the car? Then, Noya at that time was our preseason trainer, and he looked at it, you guys have 15 minutes to get to the track. So that's when I was like, yeah, college basketball is real, because as we were getting ready to run to the track, Coach Fagan, Coach Smith, Coach Rowe all hopped in the car waving at us like, we'll see you at the track. And the crazy part was when we got there, they were like, if you didn't get there on time, you're gonna run extra sprints. And as we got to the track, Coach Fagan's there waiting for us, waving at us like, oh, you guys made it in time. As we would sprint to the track, you would just see Coach Fagan driving by and waving at us like, make sure you get there in 15 minutes. Coach Fagan instilled life skills, responsibility, and a sense of community in all of us. We engaged in study halls, team building, exercises, and community service that underscore the importance of giving back. These experiences at Felician molded me into not only a better basketball player, but a better person. My journey at Felician University wasn't just about the game of basketball, it was about the transformational experience that prepared me for life beyond the court. I have remained close to many of my teammates, forging lifelong friendships that are a testament to the bond we shared during our time at Felician. As I reflect on my journey, I owe a profound debt of gratitude to Coach Fagan, who saw the potential in me and helped me become the player and the woman I am today. His guidance and mentorship extended far beyond basketball, and I consider him a second father. Today, as I officiate basketball, currently part-time for high school and college, I have found a new appreciation for the game, understanding it from a different perspective. I also come to realize how often I was perhaps too critical to referees. I think to myself that maybe that was a foul, maybe I did travel. In conclusion, this induction into the Hall of Fame is not just an achievement, it is a blessing. It is a testament to the lessons learned, the lifelong friendships formed, and the woman I have become today, thanks to my journey at Felician University. This recognition isn't just mine, it is a celebration of the entire Felician basketball community and everyone who supported me along the way. So when people say I'm proud of you or the incredible honor that you did it, I want to express that no, I didn't just do it, we did it. I'm proud to have worn the Felician jersey and have represented this institution on the basketball court. This induction into the Hall of Fame is not just a recognition of my individual achievements, but a celebration of the entire basketball community. Thank you for sharing this special moment with me. It is a privilege and I always will cherish. Go Golden Falcons.